mind to that one.
Bored with your video games? Your library is full, but it's leaving you feeling empty inside? If you sat down and played your entire games library from beginning to end, by the time you finished, you'd be 9,000 years old, and everyone you loved would be dead, including you. Don't let this happen. There is a better way. Hi, I'm Tim Schafer from Video Games, and I'm here to tell you the good news about
So you picked a bad time to go because we just went straight into the next show.
Show you at places like this digital showcase that you're about to see today. How much does this cost, you might ask? $5 million? $10 million? Absolutely nothing. Day of the Devs is a non-profit and supported entirely by generous contributions from people like you and also our generous sponsors. So all you have to do right now is sit back and be inspired. Enjoy Day of the Devs.
Yeah, we went straight into Day of the Devs.
Great.
Yep. All the
I'm
great.
excited to introduce the first look at a new title from Annapurna Interactive and the developers at No Goblin. Ever wanted to live the fantasy of casing a place, gathering intel, and pulling off a heist, all as a mysterious master thief? Well, in Snap and Grab, you'll be able to, and the developers are here to tell you how it's done.
Hello! I'm Sassia, Senior Level Designer and Artist at No Goblin.
I'm Jamie, Senior Animator at No Goblin. And we're excited to share with
Does that
you
mean
No Goblin's new upcoming game,
if you're a
Snap and
goblin?
Grab.
I mean, maybe.
Snap and Grab? What does that mean?
I'm glad you asked. Picture this. It's the 80s, and you are nestled between
Sorry about
high-fashion
that. Audio
glamour
freaked out again.
and high-ticket crime.
As Nicky Nevada, the world's greatest photographer, you'll be tasked with visiting a variety of rich
Why do
and
I
lavish
feel
settings.
like this is
in
inspired
which
by
you'll have one question
Where's
on your
Carmen
mind.
San Diego?
What will you be stealing tonight?
I mean, it's for the inspiration.
In Snap and Grab, you will do cool crimes with only your camera and your crew.
As you visit each
That is a
venue,
giant,
you'll snap a variety of
giant
high-ticket
drink.
items. And anything that might help or hinder your crew's chances of getting to
I
them.
mean, that seems like the 80s to me.
Then, you're done snapping. You'll use your
That you're
photos to
drinking
assemble
from
your
Coke
own
that's bigger than your
step-by-step
head?
plan for your crew to grab your future possession.
Just be sure to consider anyone who might get in your way, including Rio, a detective who's been on Nifty's trail for quite some time now. Who knows when she'll catch up.
As your anonymous deeds make headlines, you'll attract new crew, giving you access to new ways to snap and grab.
Will you be able to plan the next perfect heist?
Or will your heist fail spectacularly?
We can't wait to see what you plan next in Snap and Grab.
Available early next year on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Does Untitled Goose Game ring a bell? It was one of the very early Day of the Devs games, so early in fact, that when we asked the dev what the name of the
Yes,
game
it
was,
does ring a
they
bell.
asked, do they have to have a name? You know the rest of the story. House, based in Melbourne, Australia, is developing a brand new kind of experience that's unlike anything else we've ever played. But I'm not the right person to describe what it is. Better served that these anthropomorphized.
Wait, is it Untitled? Is it Untitled Cat Game?
Take it away.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
We're House.
geez.
You might know us because of our Goose Game. And we're here today
That's
to
not
show you
Untitled
around
Cat
our new
Game.
game. Ooh. It's a cooperative multiplayer adventure made for friends to play together. It's called Big Walk.
The design of these
It's a tricky game to
characters
describe,
is just
but it's
not
mainly about
appealing
doing
to
two
me.
things, talking and walking. So talking, it's a big
I
part of Big
mean,
Walk, and we've put a lot of work
the
into making a
mouths remind
proximity
me of
voice
this
chat
one
system
guy I know on
that feels
VR
natural
chat who
and
has
playful.
a
You'll sound different
a
if you're speaking
model
up close,
Hello.
where he mapped
or far
his
away,
mouth by
or in a tunnel,
where his butt should be.
or over a walkie-talkie,
No thanks.
or behind soundproof glass. In a situation like this, where you can't hear
Believe
each
me,
other,
it's
you'll
as
need to
weird.
find other ways
It's
to
as
communicate.
weird as you
So
can
we've
get.
given you lots of ways to point and
I
gesture,
believe there's actually a video of
There they are.
and plenty
on
of
YouTube
tools to stay
somewhere.
in
I'll have
touch
to, I'll have
when
to
you're out of
give it to you
earshot.
when I have the chance. It's
And
just
if you
so
can't use voice
cursed.
chat, or you just don't feel like it, we've also made a proximity text chat system, so you can play the entire game that way as well. Hello.
The game is set in a big open world that we've filled with all kinds of stuff.
You know,
To see it all, you'll need
from
to go for a
personal
big walk.
experience, if you have to type things to get your
Exploring
point
as part of a
across,
group is a special feeling.
no one else
Our chat system
wants
makes it
to play
important to
with
stick
you.
together. So navigating the world of Big
We'll
Walk
just
requires
leave
lots
you
of teamwork
behind.
and talking.
Oh, that's that like pass.
And ignore you.
As you explore, you can
That's
split up
happened
and
in
go off on your own
every
adventures,
game
or
I've
even
ever
lose each
seen.
other accidentally.
With that.
When you're apart, you won't be able to talk face to face, and so finding a way back together isn't always straightforward.
Uh-oh.
If you get lost in the bush, don't worry. You'll find plenty of ways to stay in touch and find each other again.
Hello? If anyone can hear me, please shoot up a flare. Thank you.
This building behind me has a challenge in it. Completing challenges like these is the way you make progress through the game. They're all about teamwork, and they're all a little bit different. A lot of them are designed so that you find funny and surprising new ways to talk. You might need to do some miming, or come up with a special code,
I don't
or even
wanna
sing to each
know.
other.
Okay, so you want to find a speaker that's like,
I mean, come on. With the mouths these things
They're not all
have,
about
it's
talking
very
though.
phallic.
There's a bit of
Very
platforming
phallic.
in there, some sports, and some weirder stuff too.
Stop.
Our challenges are open-ended, and leave plenty of room for you to do things your own way. Like the rest of the game, challenges in Big Walk are about the joy of muddling through things together.
So that's Big Walk. There's heaps to see and do, but there's also lots of room to just hang out in between. We think there's some real magic that happens when you forget your plans and find yourselves doing something else entirely.
You can sit and watch the sunset,
Tell stories as you wait for the night to pass.
Go dancing!
or you could steal your friend's binoculars and kick them into the ocean.
Wow.
Sorry.
What an ass.
We hope you enjoyed
What
this
an
little
ass.
tour and got a sense of what we think is so special about this game. We made Big Walk to be a nice way to hang out with your friends in a video game, and we hope you like playing it as much as we do.
Yeah, right up
Thank you
until
for watching.
steal their
Goodbye.
binoculars
Goodbye.
and kick them into the water, and then you're not friends anymore.
Trust issues, the video game. We have a new one, folks.
This next title is from the art director of Journey and the team at Giant Squid, who brought you beautiful titles like Abzu and The Pathless. You'll see the DNA of all those games in this one as you surf the sand on your sword and bring the sea back to life.
Oh yeah,
This
we
is
saw
sort
this
of
one during Stay of Play.
Hi, I'm Matt
Yep.
Nava. I'm the creative director
Sword-
at
sword-
Giant Squid,
sword
and
sand or
I'm
something like
very
that?
excited to share with you our latest game, Sword of the
Something
Sea.
like that. Sea. Yes, sea. Because of course it's the sea.
Sword of the Sea is a atmospheric adventure game where you surf on a sword. And it is trying to give you the kind of spiritual experience that you get as a surfer, a snowboarder, a skater. It takes a lot of what I've done in my previous games, going back all the way to Journey, Abzu, The Pathless, and you're going to see those elements in the game, but it's going to take you somewhere new. Sword of the Sea is all about movement, getting into a flow state. And that's something that, as a snowboarder, I've experienced myself. I feel like there's this kind of magical experience that you have with these extreme sports. When you're doing it, you actually find this kind of meditative quality. You are moving very quickly, but you get to understand nature in a way that you can't otherwise. You get to
Seems how
see
I've
the
never
whole
done
mountain
any
at
of those.
once. And that lets you kind of
I cannot
connect
relate.
with the world in a deeper way.
I
And
have
I think
no
that's
idea
what we want to
either.
do with the game. I'm really excited because Sword of the Sea has music written by Austin Wintory, a longtime collaborator who I work with on
Oh,
Journey,
I know him.
Abzu, The Pathless, and he's done countless other games scores. It also has movement inspired by the old skating and snowboarding games. So if you played the Tony Hawk games, if you played the old snowboarding games, you're going to love the way that you move in Sword of the Sea. We can't really guarantee that the game will be a spiritual experience for players, but what we can do is create the environment, the conditions under which you might have one. Sword of the Sea is coming out this year, August 19th, on the PlayStation 5 and PC, so wishlist now. Thank you.
This next world exclusive is a sequel to a game that has over 4 million players and counting. A runaway hit, if there ever was one. But
It
to make a
doesn't
sequel,
ring the
you
same.
have to bring something new to the genre,
Nah.
something evolved, and that's exactly what this developer did.
World premiere. There you go.
Oh, it's a co-op game. Probably. Oh, it's an escape room game.
Yeah, I'll take my chances on being trapped, okay?
Hi,
Oh,
I'm Wyatt
okay.
with Coin Crew Games, and we're here to announce Escape Academy 2, Back to School, the sequel to Escape Academy.
Because, you know, the Academy...
Escape Academy 2 is an open-world escape room game, where between your
Then
escape
again,
room classes, you can
had to go
explore
back
a
to
living
school,
and breathing campus
obviously.
that functions as one big
You
escape
did
room.
not truly escape the
We
first
felt
time.
inspired by games like Animal Well and the Legend of Zelda series, and how they leverage free roam puzzle solving, so we're really excited to bring that into the Academy.
Our background as a studio is in building immersive narrative escape rooms. So when we started making a sequel for Escape Academy, we asked ourselves, how can we push that even further? We looked at feedback from the first game, and the #1 most requested feature, by a huge margin, was more Academy, to really get to be a student at the school. This time around, we're going to let you explore the campus, to go to classes, meet other students, and, most importantly, find lots of rooms to lock yourself up in.
What was once a 2D level select map is now a fully realized explorable space. Whether you're returning to the Academy or stepping in for the first time, you'll find yourself in a world full of unique environments, from dusty puzzle archives to hidden rooms in unsuspecting places. The campus is designed to reward curiosity with secrets tucked into every corner for players to discover. From lighting and atmosphere to environmental storytelling, we've pushed every element to heighten immersion and mystery.
For Escape Academy 2, our approach to narrative is to really lean into the roleplay of embodying a student at the Academy. You can talk to your fellow escapists to unlock quests, discover lore, and naturally get hit with a deluge of groan-worthy puns. Apologies in advance.
Of course there's puns.
Over the
Of
course of the
course.
game, you'll puzzle your way through character-driven quest lines that string together campus challenges and escape rooms, taking you through your second-year curriculum and the game's central mystery. If you want to get a sneak peek at the game and help us unlock its full potential, join our Discord and sign up for a playtest. We'd love to borrow your brain.
Wishlist Escape Academy 2 today
That
on
sounds
Steam.
so wrong.
And we'll see you when you get
I mean, if they end up
back
borrowing
to
my
school.
brain, it'll probably end up getting back like snapped in
Evo,
half.
Smashing Pumpkins, Lush. All these bands are part of the 80s, 90s vibe that is mixtape, from the prolific creators of The Artful Escape. But this is not a music game or a game about music. It's a game about life and friends and the music that gets us through it.
Oh hi, I'm Johnny Galvatron from Beethoven and Dinosaur, here in Melbourne Rock City. And this is our secret hideout where we make video games. And this is one of our artists, Arden. Fuck off. We're the BAFTA award-winning team behind The Artful Escape.
I mean, that's how it answered
But who
too.
cares? What's next? We're making a mixtape. I thought we were in Jeff Keighley's theme.
We're in Day for those two.
Oh, cool. Mixtape is a coming-of-age action-adventure game about 3 friends on their last night together, listening to a perfectly curated soundtrack. It's a psychedelic retrospective, a musical journey that documents the breadth
I mean,
of
it
their
makes one
friendship
wonder the
and their
context
greatest
about
hits.
why it's their last day together.
whole game is a mixtape. The music is a mixtape. There's a mixtape of mechanics from skateboarding to pulling slushies, a mixtape of eras, a mixtape of art styles and media designed to take you back to the teenage wasteland.
We gonna get your stash and keep going?
That's a rookie move.
Yeah, have we taught you nothing, Cassandra?
What? We all go up to my room and immediately bolt? Dead giveaway you're grabbing booze.
But is the music any good? Holy flippin' meatballs, let me tell you all about it. Thank you very much. We got Joy Division, Devo, I love Devo, Smashing Pumpkins, Portishead, Roxy Music, Silverchair, Lush, The Cure, Susie and the Banshees, Stan Bush, the Jesus and Mary Chain, the unkillable Iggy Pop, and apparently many more.
Are they following us?
I mean, Smashing Pumpkins is definitely something I was listening to in high school.
Boxes!
Hey, I mean, the appeal's definitely gonna be there for you then.
This is a terrible idea! What are we doing?
If death looks you in the eye, dude, don't blink!
Yeah, that's not something you do, okay?
Play it on Game Pass day one, wishlisted on Steam, play it on a PlayStation or Epic or whatever.
I thought we were riding together.
I didn't want to get all sweaty and shit.
Fair.
Mixtape. Nothing but the hits.
Did you see that Drinkbox Studios just announced their next title, Blighted, moments ago at the Summer Game Fest? Well, now they're here to give you an in-depth look at the game.
We were there.
Hey, I'm Ian, the lead designer at Drinkbox Studios.
And I'm Augusto, art director at Drinkbox.
We're excited to finally tell you about our new game, Blighted. Blighted is a hardcore action Metroidvania set in a psychedelic Western nightmare. The game's full of mysteries and secrets, and one of its coolest features is a dynamic difficulty system that constantly changes the enemies, the player, and the world around you as you play.
Definitely not
People
something
in this world have
I
a
want.
sacred ritual. When someone dies, a seed is planted in their
I've
brain.
done dynamic
Over time, a tree grows from their skull and bears fruit.
difficulty systems before.
By eating this fruit, one gains a knowledge and experience of their ancestors.
They wear
That's
me
how
out.
it was for generations.
Because it constantly
That is,
ramps up
until the
as
one
I
day
get better.
Sisto defiled the ritual.
And then I
He
plateau.
discovered that by eating brains raw, he gained immense power. So Sisto ate the fruits, destroyed the trees, and devoured your entire community. And in doing so, he released a reality-altering disease known as blight. As the lone survivor, you have a singular goal. Hunt down Sisto to reclaim the memories of your people.
Now, like the rest of the world, you're afflicted with blight. It's constantly overtaking you, making enemies aggressive and unpredictable, and changing your perception of the world. You can find ways to suppress it, or you can harness it to fight back even harder. With practice, you'll be chaining together finishers, taking out huge blighted beasts, devouring their brains, and using their memories to fight and explore. With enough blighted memories, you'll start to see new
Why
layers
does
of
it have to
reality,
be brains?
reach hidden locations, and discover new gameplay mechanics.
Why not?
Blighted marks our studio's first venture into 3D, allowing the art team to bring their designs
Given
to
a
a whole new
choice,
level
I'd
as
really
they craft
rather forget
gorgeously eerie
that
worlds
we have
for you
brains.
to explore. You'll be making your way through remains of long-dead civilizations and manifested nightmares, through mines carved into the interior of petrified giants and scaffolds to the gods. Drinkbox has a rich history with action games, from Guacamelee to Severed to Nobody Saves the World, and we're excited to craft another one that will put your skills to the test. Blighted will support full co-op like many of our past games, and we're working with composer Jim Guthrie to create a soundtrack you'll never forget. We're excited for you to try the game, and we're aiming to have a playable demo later this year.
Wishlist the game on Steam and follow us on social media to make sure you don't miss it.
This next title is from a bona fide Day of the Devs alumni, Outerloop, whose games Thirsty Suitors and Falcon Age have both been previously celebrated in our showcases. Outerloop prides itself on being a minority-led studio with a mission to create accessible but meaningful games about underrepresented cultures and themes, and this title is a beautiful and vibrant example of just that. This is Dosa Divas.
Oh, that is a cute robot!
No one cooks anymore.
That is a cute man!
Food in tubes? Yuck.
I'm so hungry.
It's a cooking simulator. Totally.
It's a cooking simulator and Persona. What Expedition 33?
Hi, I'm Eka, Creative Director of Outer Loop Games, and I want to introduce you to our new game, Dos a Divas, a spicy narrative-based RPG. Platform through vibrant villages, battle corporate goons,
It's spicy.
reconcile with loved ones, and eat one last meal together before saying goodbye. Double jump, drill, and grapple your way through the world to discover local ingredients, hidden paths, memories, and new friends. Engage in a flavorful turn-based combat system where every attack packs some heat. Especially when you time it right. Hitting the action button as the hit lands amplifies your attack damage and strengthens your blocks against enemy attacks. Use boost points at the start of your turn to multiply damage on attacks and skills. Match enemy flavor cravings to break down their defenses and leave them stuffed. Cook up made-to-order food to wake up villagers from a processed food-induced haze using the expressive cooking system. Delivering delicious, hearty meals reconnects communities with their culture, history, and shared memories, and increases your reputation. Serve up looks like customizing your spirit goddess.
Food.
Create your own spicy style with custom wraps and accessories. Dos a Divas, our spicy narrative turn-based combat RPG, will be out in early 2026. Thank you.
Our pals at Heart Machine, creators of Hyperlight Drifter and Hyperlight Breaker, have teamed up with our buds at Devolver. They're mixing things up with surreal, interdimensional demon horror. It's a genre, right? Or is it a genre? Probably should be a genre. Here it is.
I mean, make it a genre.
Well, everything goes bad. And the mimic eats everyone.
And that's why you don't check every single little chest.
Should I ask what happened?
Simple. It all became food for that thing.
I mean, but what happened to his arm? And his eye? And somehow he's still there.
Maybe it's a Captain Hook crocodile situation. But instead of just losing a hand, the guy lost the entire arm.
Hi, I'm Miriam, producer at Heart Machine, working on Possessors. Possessors is a search action game set in Senzu, a corporate-run city which has been overrun by demons. What you've just seen is one of 4 animated short we made with Powerhouse Animation. They each tell the story of how a character or a creature,
I mean, if you're having trouble with
survive
demons,
the attacks of the demon.
you'd always call
or how
upon the
they
Doom
perished.
Slayer.
In Possessors, you play as Luca, a teenager from Senzu who was injured in the disaster. Luca was forced to make a deal with a demon named Rem for both of them to survive. Rem possessed her, healed her, and made her strong. Now Luca and Rem are stuck together and forced to get along. They'll have to climb Senzu's skyscraper and fight through hordes of feral demons to escape the city. Along the way,
Well, that
Luca and Rem will
explains her
discover what
legs. I
Senzu's
had been
corporate master
wondering
wants
why
to
her
do,
legs looked
and
like
piece together what
trees.
happened by sharing their memory of the past. On behalf of the team, we're
And-
all very
and the whole
excited for you
horns
to play
thing.
Possessors, which comes out later this year. In the meantime, you can wishlist Possessor on Steam, or try Luca's new demon power for yourself. A demo of the game will be available later today.
Moonlighter hooked me with its novel shopkeeping gameplay, its clean combat, and its satisfying dungeon-to-market gameplay loop. I could seriously play it all day, and I did. The developers at Spain-based Digital Sun seem to have made some ambitious upgrades to its sequel, including an expansive 3D world, a big change from its previous pixelated form. I hope you're as excited as I am to take a peek at Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault.
Hi there, this is Isra from Digital Sun. I'm beyond thrilled to share this event with you and show what's in store for Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault. Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault
I
is
gotta
a
check
sequel
out the
to our
original, and
beloved shopkeeping
that
roguelike.
is pretty
As in
cool.
the first game, here you venture into ever-changing dungeons to fight enemies and find relics.
seen it
Then
played,
you go
but
to
I
your
didn't
shop,
play it
sell your
myself.
loot, and turn it into a profit to get better
Fair
gear.
enough.
This unique
gameplay
blend of
loop
gameplay is what made the
that's
first
here,
game so special, and
it
now
was
we're
done
bringing
a
it to a whole
long
new
time
dimension
ago,
of
like
quality and ambition.
15 years ago,
Talking about new
by another
dimensions,
game.
this entry begins in Tresna, a blood-brimming town.
Which
Here,
I can't
Will finds
remember the
himself
name of.
stranded after one of his adventures. He won't be
The art
alone,
style
though.
was a bit different.
Old and new faces will join him along the way. For now, let's jump straight into the portal, where every adventure unfolds and both battles and looting take place. From the arid lands of Hodu to the grassy landscapes of Aeolia, each biome offers new mechanics, enemies, and rewards. Combat has been vastly improved, with some enemies specialized in ranged weapons, while others focus on close combat. Once you clear a room, several things can happen. You might find a perk, in-run effects that can increase Will's power and unlock new abilities. The other option might sound familiar to
Arrow
veteran
in
merchants,
the
as you
knee.
can also stumble upon a chest. Inside, you'll find tons of priceless relics.
I didn't
Depending
quite
on where
see
you
that.
place
It
them,
was like kind
relics
of
will unleash all kinds
thinking
of
you
effects.
miss it.
Backpack management will influence the outcome of your expeditions. Unlike in the first game, you'll
And
be
I
able
can't
to see the
exactly
base value
rewind
of
now,
each
can
relic,
I?
although backpack effects can double or triple your profit. Let's say that you keep the adventure running. Let's say that you even feel brave enough to face one of Moonlighter's two bosses. These battles will put your skills to the test. Take the so-called Herald, for instance. This is one of the first bosses of the game, and shows how the combat has evolved since the first Moonlighter. The Herald will throw projectiles and beams non-stop, forcing you to find cover and dodge hits. He's also protected by a sound barrier that you'll need to deactivate before striking back. Merchants need to be smart. It doesn't matter how far you get. Successful runs leads to the same place, your shop. The shop is where you put a price on your loot and try to get the best deals. There are ways to influence the outcome. For now, all I can say is haggle hard, sell harder. Well, there's actually something I can already share with you. Just like the perks in the dungeons, you can also unlock special effects each time you open your shop. They can potentially skyrocket your profit, unleashing powerful synergies and selling streaks. You never know what will happen when you open your shop. That's why we call it a shopkeeping roguelike after all. That's it for now. After nearly 7 years since the original Moonlighter was released, we hope you are as excited as we are. Please stay tuned to our socials for all things
It's
Moonlighter
coming
2:
to all
The
the
Endless Vault.
things.
See you in Tresna.
Inspired by Pietro Riva's manifesto, Rejector, Thomas feels driven to advance
Unless
our
your game
medium by
won't work
creating
on a
games for
platform,
new
it's
audiences
usually
and to
a good
hopefully
idea to put it
entice
on it.
those who might not be usually interested in playing a video game to take an interest.
never know
From
what
Thomas
platform you'll
Waterloo,
take off
creator
on.
of Please Touch the Artwork, this is Please Watch the Artwork.
World premiere.
Hi, welcome to Day of the Devs ASMR edition.
Oh,
My name
please
is
no.
Thomas Waterzui,
Oh
and I'm a
God,
developer from
ASMR.
Belgium. I'm the creator of Please Touch the Artwork, a series of casual and accessible games based on real paintings, where I explore what would happen if we did touch the artwork. I usually start by choosing a painter I like, and then think about what gameplay could fit their art style. For my third game, I fell in love with American realist painter Edward Hopper. But this time, you're not gonna be touching artworks. You're just gonna be watching them. At night.
Great.
Please watch the artwork is a psychological spot the difference game, where you are a night watch at the Museum of Animated Modern Art. In short, Mama. Your job is simple. Watch the paintings and report any anomalies. However, these are not your everyday paintings. They are alive, and there is a mysterious sad clown wandering around, spreading their sadness over all the paintings. You're gonna need a good memory,
that is
focus, and lots of coffee to avoid this from happening. If you don't know Edward Hopper, no worries. You don't need to know him to be able to enjoy the game. But he's most famous for his painting, Nighthawks. He depicted themes like loneliness and urban isolation, so for me it made sense to create a psychological horror game. I also wanted a mechanic that made people really look at the paintings, hence the spot the difference gameplay. There are no jump scares in this game, and no monsters. The only
that's
things
good
that
for
are
you
chasing
then. That's good for you
are
then.
feelings of paranoia, self-doubt, and maybe some nostalgia towards Hopper's America from the early 20th century. Okay, you've got some clowns, but they are kinda harmless. It's just you, the night, and the paintings. I don't have a release date yet, but you can now wishlist the game on Steam. However, and don't tell this to anyone, it's probably gonna be around Halloween this year. Shh. Thanks to Day of the Devs
I'll
for
keep
giving
it
me
a
this
secret.
wonderful opportunity, and I really
Me
hope you
and
like
the
this bizarre
other
little thing I made.
15 or 20,000 people watching, just on Twitch.
We've had a long-time love affair with this next dev at Tribute Games. It goes all the way back to the very first Day of the Devs, where we showed Mercenary Kings. It's been amazing to see what they've done since then with games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which is a huge nostalgic bomb, and they're set to deliver again with Marvel Comic Invasion.
Hi, I'm Frédéric Gemus. And I'm Kevin Chiasson. We are part of Tribute Games from Montreal, Canada, and are currently working on Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a retro-inspired beat-em-up set in the Marvel Universe. When Annihilus launches an attack across the galaxy, it's up to 15 Marvel superheroes to save the day.
So far, we've announced Captain America, Spider-Man, Venom, Wolverine, Storm, Nova, Phyla-Vell,
and we've just revealed that Rocket Raccoon and She-Hulk are joining the fight.
Each heroes have been designed around their unique strengths and powers. Some of them can take on airborne enemies, while others can deal devastating damage closer to the ground.
We also introduced an exciting
if you have like 20 guns on your person at all,
for instant
at all
switching
times,
between
then
two
I
heroes,
expect you to
creating
be able to deal
powerful
some
combos
damage.
and unique strategies.
For level design, we recreated
a little.
iconic Marvel
Just a
settings
little.
such as the mutant heaven of Genosha,
Just a
the high-tech
touch.
mobile base of S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier, plus a thrilling roster of legendary locations across the cosmos. We had a lot of fun inserting fan-favorite references for you to find out in the background, so keep a lookout.
As devoted fans of the Marvel Universe, we saw this project as a huge honor and a great opportunity to celebrate our childhood's fondest memories. Who knew that the countless hours spent at the comic book shop or the arcades would bring us here today?
We hope that Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a true love letter to all fans who grew up with the Marvel Universe.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is coming to PC and consoles this holiday.
And now for something of a moodier persuasion. A horror fantasy life sim, co-directed by the pixel artist from Celeste, with haunting and lovely music from Disaster
dear.
That one,
composer
right?
of Hyperlight Drifter, It Follows, and Fez. And to boot, an amazing group of human developers from Vancouver.
Oh, this is definitely not the one I was thinking of, but...
Which one was the one that you were thinking of then?
There's a game about, like, body horror, which has been in the last, like, 3 shows, maybe?
Hi, I'm Isa, programmer and writer of Neverway.
And I'm Pedro, artist and designer of Neverway, a horror RPG and live sim, and the debut title of our new studio called Blood Inc.
You play the game as Fiona.
I mean, the
After
first thing I
quitting your
noticed
dead
in
end
the
job,
background was,
you try to start
was that
over
Death
on a
Stranding
farm,
PS5
a place where you can
PS4
escape
Pro.
from all your problems, and finally it starts fresh.
But it gets darker. Fiona will find herself indebted as immortal herald of a dead god. With your sword, you can fight in a fast-paced combat, and you can choose your secondary gear to change how you fight, like a hookshot you just crafted.
But remember, you still need to keep your new life on track. You can do things like shopping at the Cellmart or paying your mortgage using your very own Luna OS computer. You can also befriend or even romance more than 10 characters, each with their own special cutscenes and routines that can interact with each other.
And as you get closer to those characters, you can use those relationships to unlock new combat abilities that change the way you fight.
You can farm, fish, and cook, but Neverway doesn't play like a regular live sim RPG. Time progresses in 3 blocks: morning, afternoon, and evening, and you choose when to advance by doing things like eating, sleeping, or reading a manual. The idea is to let you set your own pace, so you can choose when you want to fight or when you just need a break and see your friends.
Pet the kitty!
You will eventually start searching for the Neverway, a decaying nightmarish reality that is slowly leaking into yours. There you will learn what's happening to this dark, post-apocalyptic world as you pay out your debt.
I believe it was the wristband that you showed me.
If this sounds like your kind of game, you can wishlist Neverway on Steam and stay up to date for latest announcements. And thank you for watching.
Tomato.
Show you the.
It's time for a world premiere. This one from a studio based in Johannesburg called Nyamako. Their previous title, post-modern platformer Semblance, earned them a place on Forbes Africa's 30 Under 30 list back in 2018, along with a host of other accolades. And since then, they've been hard at work on Relooted, a heist game which tackles a political and righteous subject matter. Please take a look.
World premiere.
We need a ride.
Something incognito.
Like a submarine.
No, but also fast.
Like a jet/submarine.
Can you be serious?
Ready.
I so don't know what I'm looking at.
Hi, I'm Marker, the lead animator at Nyamako.
And I'm Sita, producer at
Nor do
Nyamako.
I.
Relooted is set in the near future, where a new treaty has been signed between the West and Africa. The treaty goes that all African artifacts that are on public display must be returned to their country of origin. But museums are using a loophole to avoid repatriation. They begin to only exhibit artifacts in private. Our heist crew is made up of regular people who band together to see these artifacts returned to their country of origin, operating from a hideout in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Cuckoo, how do you do the mysterious plague, huh?
Are you not tired? Rest. We have work to do tomorrow.
In the real world, a French government report estimated that 90% of sub-Saharan African cultural heritage is in the possession of Western collections. That is millions upon millions of deeply important cultural, spiritual, and personal artifacts, including human remains, that aren't in their rightful place. While the locations in the game are vague and invented, the 70 artifacts in Relooted are very much real, and, as of today, reside in Western museums and private collections. Take, for example, the Ngaji drum, a hugely important spiritual item to the Pokomo people of Kenya. It was believed destroyed in 1910. In reality, it had been sent and kept in storage in a European museum. In 2016, a museum let a Pokomo prince visit the drum in storage. He was the first Kenyan in over 100 years to see the drum. It still remains in storage today. Before each mission in Relooted, players will receive a briefing where they can learn more about these artifacts, where they are from, their significance, and how they came to be removed from the African continent.
He was taken to England following the suicide of his father and the defeat of the Ethiopians by the British at Magdala in 1868.
Relooted is a combination of action and puzzle. Once you pick up a target artifact, the alarm triggers and you only have a certain time to get out before security arrests you. The puzzle comes in figuring out your plan, and the action comes in executing it. The heists are made up of 3 phases. In phase 1, you case the joint, collecting information about where the targets are and what obstacles you'll face.
From here, we can smash the security glass and get you up to the next floor.
In phase 2, you roam the level, carefully avoiding tripping the alarm and preparing your escape route. In phase 3, you execute, flowing through your plan and evading security systems as you carry Africa's heritage home.
I'm quite liking the gameplay, Lou.
Relooted is coming to Steam, the Epic Game Store, and Xbox Series X
if I were
and
better
S.
at side
You can
scrollers.
wishlist it now.
Remember Patapon, that charming series of games about those little dudes walking around doing stuff and making music? Well, there's a sequel. Well, kind of a sequel. It's a spiritual successor.
Kind of a sequel.
It's the core team from Sony Japan that made the OG games coming back at you with more charming little dudes doing stuff while making music. Here it is.
こんにちは。パタポンの原作者であり、現在ラタタンの開発をしております小谷博樹と言います。
そして私はラタタンのリードプロデューサーを務める坂尻和人と申します。
私は現在サーフィンやランニング、そして大好きなけん玉の練習をしている時以外は常にラタタンがより面白くなるように努力をしているところになります。
ラタタンはよりカラフルなデザインと、オンラインマルチプレイモード、ローグライトなど新たなゲームデザインに取り組んで日々開発を行っています。
そして皆さんと一緒に育ててきたファンベースはとても素晴らしいものであり、コミュニティに投稿していただける応援のメッセージとか可愛らしいファンアートにはいつも励まされています。
プロデューサーとして日々この業界の苦しさを感じております。ですがこのように自分たちの好きなゲームが作れることに日々喜びを感じています。我々インディーチームですのでまだまだ皆さんの支援が必要となります。今日は、新しいトレーラーをお持ちしましたので、ぜひご覧いただきたいと思います。それでは、どうぞ。
Oh, that's a pretty necklace. Yeah, I just saw the message on Discord.
I do love my little kitty.
Soundtrack to this.
Yes, the soundtrack is a banger.
Yes.
I don't want the game, I just want the soundtrack.
Day of the Devs、そして素晴らしいファンの皆さんに感謝を込めまして乾杯。
This next game, led by the legendary Warren Spector of Epic Mickey and Deus Ex fame, is a totally new take on stealth. His talented team is making something like nothing else. It's an evocative game set in a turn-of-the-century universe, and I cannot wait to play it.
Hi.
I'm Warren Spector, Chief Creative Officer at Otherside Entertainment.
At
At Otherside, we don't play it safe. We take chances.
Just a little.
We tackle hard problems. And we do what's right for games and gamers. And what's right now is Thick as Thieves. It's a multiplayer stealth action game, unlike any action or stealth game you and your friends have experienced before. Response to the idea and what we've been able to show has been terrific.
Have we seen
The
something
team behind
before?
the game is so excited by the
Thick as
response
Thieves?
that we wanted to show you more.
Like a
So
preview
here's
show?
an
This
pre-alpha
year.
sneak peek at Otherside's upcoming player-powered game, Thick as Thieves.
So we're trying to have all the bells and whistles of an immersive stealth game, like hiding in shadows, understanding NPC pathing and vision cones and timing your movements with them, and lockpicking your way through a guarded location. The X factor to me, however, is probably the presence of other players in the same game.
The thing is, I could study the AI all day long. I could study the levels all day long. But the other thing is, I don't know what another player is going to do. Are they going to actually pickpocket me? Making, situations that are just so fun. Something that won't happen in another match ever again. I think that's the thing that I'm looking most forward to seeing players do.
You know that means that every player is just going to be a dick.
Or
a giant
deceit,
dick.
or cunning. Yeah. Because I'm not just outsmarting NPC AI, which can be satisfying, but it's an actual human being that I'm getting the best of.
So one of our core design pillars in Thick as Thieves is to play with your ears. And to me, that means a lot as audio director because you understand your surroundings at all times. You understand where you are on the map. You can hear where other thieves are. You can hear other threats like guards. You could also be able to tell like, oh, I'm in this quiet environment and then I can hear outside it's very loud. So I'm thinking to myself, wow, okay, if it's raining and there's a thunderstorm, maybe that can mask some of my sounds so I can kind of go in undetected. And a lot of this is not faked. If you hear a train in the background in the distance, there's actually a train passing by in the world. Every thief for themselves, right? Thieves going at it 1v1v1. And one thing that I really like to do is kind of stay back in the shadows and watch everyone go at it. People are falling into my traps and then just waiting for the right moment to
I'm
Mm-hmm.
guessing this guy just likes to pick off the easy loot then after all is said and done.
Yeah.
They'll make everyone else do
So
the
every
hard work.
match is always fresh to me. The weather changes, the locations of the clues or the loot, the guard patrols, and of course the players are always on their own separate quests. So really anything can happen.
That's far enough.
We've been working on this game for a while now, and I'm just totally stoked that other people are excited about it too. I really want to get this game in front of more players as soon as we can, and I'm hoping that many of you will sign up for a playtest. We'd love to get your feedback on the game, and we'd love to show you what we've been putting together over here. So, thank you very much.
This is a new title from a longtime collaborator of ours, both at Double Fine Presents, where we published their game Kids, and here at Day of the Devs, where we've highlighted titles like Time Flies. Here's a first look at their new game, Pocket Boss.
Hi, I'm Mario. I'm roughly half of a small studio
Hi,
called
Mario.
Playables based in Zurich, Switzerland. I worked on games like Plug and Play and Kids. But now I'm looking forward to show you something brand new, Pocket Boss. Pocket Boss is a short game about the small joys of manipulating data. As a remote worker, you're in touch with your boss through a chat interface and will get all kinds of requests.
What?
Be smart, erase competitors with one swipe of a finger, navigate the stock market without crashing, and generally find easy solutions for hard problems. Your boss will verify if everything looks correct, and most importantly, beautiful. But as in all that, the charts start to get a life of their own. Go wild. Will you be able to tame them? Or maybe even find your own satisfaction on your way to success? Pocket Boss is an intimate encounter with data exploring the secret life of charts. The game will come out later this year. You can find more information and a link to the Steam page on pocketboss.ch. Thank you.
This autobiographical game is all about food and our complicated relationship with what we eat and what we see when looking at the scale. Its unique gameplay unpacks the frustration and even the strange humor of cooking, eating, working out, and more. And we finally have a release date.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
Hi, literally right after
We're
this
the co-directors
I
of
need to do my evening
Consume
workout.
won the Seamus McNally Grand Prize at the 2025 Independent Games Festival.
More importantly, it's about to get its release date announced at Day of the Devs.
After we talk specifically about how cool it is,
Did you feel like a complete jerk and or a loser in high school? Well, I did.
and I did not stop her from spending several years of her adult life letting me make a hardcore role-playing game about it with her.
I was not my high school valedictorian. My grades were a toilet emoji. Furthermore, 0 European museums had ever yet featured an exhibit of my art. So the only thing I could think of to want to do was get hot. That's where you come in. Are you tough enough to help cartoon me get hot?
Each story chapter in Consume Me sees Jenny with new goals and
Task
not
seems
enough
very
time to
difficult.
comfortably accomplish them.
You, the player, must manage her schedule by making meticulous decisions about how to spend her free time.
Every activity costs or boosts different resources. These activities often involve mechanically hilarious mini-games.
In Consume Me, putting food on your lunch plate is a puzzle game.
You can buy a sponge at the corner store to make the hitbox bigger in the bathroom cleaning minigame, and you can also wear a special outfit that results in your mom giving you more money if you clean the whole bathroom.
Yoga might kill you.
Encounter cash on the street while walking your dog.
I'm sorry, yoga
This
might
part is
kill
based
you?
on real life, by the way. 1 out of every 16 times I walked my dogs over the past 4 years, I've encountered a crisp 20 on the ground.
Can you win the heart of the boy of your dreams? Can you hold on to it? Can you chart a course toward a sustainable
not a
future?
boy of my
Can you
dreams.
fit just one more
Can I have
to-do
a girl
goal
of my
on your
dreams
plate?
instead?
Or is it already full to bursting?
More importantly, does any of this matter, either in the game or in real life?
We don't have time to spoil the story here.
So you'll have to
And do
find
we
out
get to be,
yourself
like,
when Consume
really
Me
good
comes to
friends
Steam
first?
on September 25th, 2025.
Please wishlist it as soon as you can.
Seriously, at the rate of $20 per 16 dog walks, it is going to take me 1,095.89 years to earn $1 million, and we need to make another game after this.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Sometimes great games can go unnoticed. If you're lucky,
Okay,
maybe you
I
build a small
really
cult
wanna check
audience,
that
but
out.
very rarely do those games go on to inspire huge games like Undertale. That's exactly what happened with this game. Originally released in 2008, and now seeing a release on Steam and Switch, this is off.
Hello, I am Mortis Ghost, a Brussels-based comic book artist and creator of the game Off.
I like how he said it.
Off is a game I made 15 years ago when I was still a big, sweetie, drooling crybaby. It's a Japanese-inspired RPG where you control a baseball batter chasing ghosts in a cubic, strange world. I made this game with no other ambition than to create something funny to show my friends and a few people on the internet. But it got out of my control and became very famous. The reason is that the game is somehow cursed. It harbors a diabolical force that I can't describe. I ask you please not to play it.
He asks us not to play it. Okay, that's easy.
Hi, I'm Jack Murphy, a
Okay.
dev on Off.
But seriously, I've never heard
I'm
of this
Brian
game
Allier,
before.
and the studio director. It's been a pleasure to work with Mortis Ghost to bring Off to fans old and new.
super simple.
Off has inspired many
Super
indie
simple.
RPGs over the years, such as One Shot and Undertale.
Hey everyone, it's Toby. Off was a big inspiration to me and Undertale, and I hope you will take this chance to play it either for the first time or the 100th time. Oh.
Off celebrates its 17th anniversary this year, and we've worked hard to preserve its original spirit as we bring it to modern platforms. In addition, Mortis Ghost has designed 6 new bosses for returning controllers. Plus, we have a new soundtrack, which you're hearing right now, and revamped combat.
I mean, is it me, or did they just add Toby Fox as a character in this?
I mean, it did seem that way.
We're proud to announce Off's release date for Nintendo Switch and Steam.
And now, a world premiere from a studio based in Quebec, Game Team 6. This is their second game together, and it's one of those where the title kind of tells you all you really need to know and has you sold before you've even seen a pixel. Please enjoy your first look at Tire Boy.
Tire Boy?
You heard that right.
Hi, I'm Corey Martin.
I'm Thomas Tobin.
And I'm Andy Chmalenko. We're co-creators of Game Team 6, a small studio from Canada making heartfelt games with big ideas. We're so excited to introduce you to Tire Boy, a playful action-adventure platformer about a tire person.
Oh, God.
Tire Boy is fast and nimble, leaping through lush environments, solving environmental puzzles, and taking on heroic battles.
No, thank you.
All while helping locals and uncovering his own past. Tire Boy may be the last of his kind and was lost as a child. At the start of the game, we learn how he was raised by a large owl named Nestwick and doesn't know much about his family or ancestors.
It's a story about connection and curiosity as Tire Boy journeys through a vast, unfamiliar world, searching for purpose and traces of his forgotten origins.
Many of the locals have grown fond of Tire Boy. They'll often ask him for things ranging from small favors to the game's main objective, which is to repair a giant radio transmitter to help the local community make contact with long-lost travelers. In spite of its silly premise, we're striving to make the world feel really grounded and genuine.
Another thing we've emphasized throughout development is being playful with the scale of things in the world.
The other word for
wanting
that
to make
is
the player
absurd.
feel small and make you feel like a kid, giving you that childlike experience of feeling like everything around you is impossibly big. And that has a meaningful impact on gameplay,
he was
given that
wielding
you
a
move
fish
fast and
as
it
a
feels
weapon.
more satisfying to do so in a big, sprawling
I guess you
world.
could call it a
Tire Boy is weird,
swordfish.
heartfelt, and full of little surprises. And we've built it to feel like a place you'll want to come back to, whether you're chasing big moments or just soaking in the quiet ones.
Wishlist Tire Boy on Steam now and follow at tireboygame.com on Blue Sky to keep up to date. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the show.
Who doesn't love a vacation? Toem took us on a delightful expedition, and the sequel, Toem 2, takes us even further from 2D to 3D. Something we made from Sweden does it again.
Hello everyone, I'm Lucas.
And I'm Niklas.
Co-founders and developers at Something We Made.
Yes!
Some of
The
you
name
might
of all
remember us, or
time.
even better, our little game Toem from 2021's showcase.
Making Toem was an adventure on its own. We never thought it would
I
bring
do
a
sort
whole
of
chapter
remember that.
afterwards filled with love from all around the world. And that's why it's exciting and honestly a bit
Oh, yeah, it's
scary
the
returning
it's
to
the
something so dear
photography
to our
game.
and others' hearts. We teased the game at Wholesome Snack in
Sorry,
December,
half my
and we're
brain is
beyond
still
stoked to
frazzled
show
from
the game for
Tire
the very
Boy.
first time.
Toem 2 is still a photography adventure that resides in a whimsical world, where the main objective is to photograph a phenomenon known as Toem. Set a few years after the original game, our protagonist now jumps into their biggest adventure yet. And what the phenomenon is this time, well, you'll have to discover that yourself.
Along their journey, they'll stumble upon special NPCs we call friends, each with their own personality and questline. These friends allow deeper relationships for the player, aiding them through fears and difficulties, hence becoming friends. Each friend gives the
She's
player
a
what we
worm.
call a camera tool. These tools allow new and interesting ways of interacting with the world through your camera. For example, the scissors, which cut things.
Wow. I mean, how else do you use scissors?
Or take the hammer, which, yeah, you guessed it, is great for smashing stuff.
As you might have noticed, we have updated the visuals. It's a crafty mix of render styles that allows us to reimagine the world without compromising on the vibes. And finally, and maybe most importantly, we have a new movement system. It's probably the biggest change compared to Tone 1, and you can now jump and climb your way through the environment. It adds a lot of playfulness for us when designing quests and regions, ultimately making the world feel more free and open. And don't you worry, the handy camera continues to be the main gameplay component. This time, we made it feel a bit faster and snappier. And tying that in with the new movement, we can't wait to see the photos you'll take.
So to recap, more story, updated visuals, and a fun new movement system, but still the very same chill and cozy experience. The whole team is working so very hard to make Tone 2 something that can stand proudly besides the original game, celebrating what worked while improving the rest. So if you're interested to learn more, go wishlist the game and join our Discord. See you all real soon. Hello!
I do want to check that out.
Are you looking for a way to support Day of the Devs and you just don't know what to do? We have a new collaboration with our partners at the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences. They have an annual program called Game Maker Sketchbook, which sees a celebration of artistry in games. And we don't mean just concept art, we mean character designs, we mean storyboards, we mean iconography. All the different kinds of art that go into developing a game, they are putting a spotlight on, and it's awesome. This year we worked with an illustrator called Nimit Malavia to make this epic piece that features characters from all the best games of the year. Literally dozens and dozens of characters. A veritable Where's Waldo of every game character that you love. That print is limited edition and on sale at ENVtuber.com.
My eyebrows have been
All
itching.
the proceeds go to the AIAS Foundation and Day of the Devs. Literally, we're nonprofits asking for your dough.
I
but
did
like,
have
it
my
doesn't just mean
eyebrows
giving
done
money.
yesterday.
It means you get something in return too. Isn't that a joyous thing?
We want to give a huge shout out to our flagship sponsor at Xsola, who really helped make Day of the Devs happen this year. Xsola is a global video
But it
game
wasn't
commerce
really
company that
bothering me
aligns with
until
our mission
this,
to help
last
developers
hour.
connect directly with players and sell more games without giving up
I
control
blame
or
it
extra
on the
revenue.
Day of the Devs.
Launching today is a new Day of the Devs activation on the Xsola Mall to spotlight some of our favorite games from recent Day of the Devs showcases. Scan the QR code below or head to this URL to explore some amazing indie games. And thanks again to Xsola for supporting this celebration of creativity and community.
Thank you, Greg, for that riff on Xsola. We are so happy to have them as our flagship sponsor. But we also have some other sponsors to thank because it takes a village to support Day of the Devs. We are a nonprofit and every little bit helps. We got our founding sponsors, Double Fine Productions and I Am 8-Bit. We have a whole list of other folks that have been contributing throughout the last year, and we just want to give them a shout out. Annapurna Interactive, Blumhouse Games, Devolver Digital, Idea Xbox, 47 Communications, Panic, PlayStation, Razer, Sabotage Studio, Studio MBHR, Summer Game Fest, and Jeff Keighley and the whole gang at the Game Awards for your continuous support. Thank you so much.
And if you'd like to donate directly to Day of the Devs, you can go to dayofthedevs.org and do so there. And remember, Day of the Devs is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, so any donations are 100% tax deductible.
If you like what you saw here today and want more, just follow us on the World Wide Web, www.dayofthedevs.org. Please wishlist these games. It means a lot to the developers. And thank you for watching today. Thanks to all the developers for sharing their games. And thank you to all our generous sponsors for making this possible. We'll see you next time on Day of the Devs. Point.
Huge thanks to our friend Dose One for providing the
that was
beats
a
for
nice
today's
show.
show. And please stay tuned for a musical performance from the game Unbeatable and the band Peak Divide.
I'm RJ Lake, and I'm directing Unbeatable, a game where music is legal and you do crimes, with Andrew Tsai over at D-Cell. This is a never-before-heard new track from This is mostly a never-before-heard track from Unbeatable. It's not a live performance, but all the performances in it are live, if that makes sense. That's because the guitarist is playing lead guitar and rhythm guitar and acoustic guitar and is the drummer, and our keyboardist is the cameraman. This should show you probably just how much work goes into even one of the songs on our 100% original soundtrack, which, by the way, starting right now, you can pre-order at dcellgames.bandcamp.com. That's right, at dcellgames.bandcamp.com. You can pre-order the soundtrack and you'll get all of the songs that we've shown off so far, including this one. Enjoy.
Sensitivity warning. Uh-oh.
Has your voice been truly locked away? Kept inside these worn out tapes we made? Or maybe this is another dream I'll soon forget. So I'll put it with the rest and wait for you instead.
Wait, I'm trying to remember if Unbeatable has come out yet, or if it's still being worked on. I believe it's still being worked on.
Don't ask me. I could swear I've seen gameplay like this before, but...
Yeah, it did pop in a show before. No, I want to say the Game Awards, since this was recently announced. Well, in comparison to other shows that have appeared before, anyway, on previous shows anyway.
That song is called Worn Out Tapes, and it's actually going to be playable in our demo starting during Steam Next Fest on June 9th, alongside Worn Out Tapes' Tally Ho version, which you might recognize from Rhythm Doctor.
I remember hearing that first version of Worn Out Tapes all the way back in 2018 when we started working on the game. As time went on, the style of the game's music and the way we designed the charts for them evolved. And it's a full circle moment getting to bring you this brand new rendition of the song when made for their final version of the game.
Both the vocal album and the score for Unbeatable just went live on dcellgames.bandcamp.com for pre-order. And if you pre-order the vocal album, you get all of the songs that we've shown off so far, including Worn Out Tapes. And if you pre-order the score, you'll get all the background music from the demo, all the cop fight music, all of the baseball stuff.
Yeah, or you broke with me again.
You can also listen to all of that starting today on our YouTube channel.
See.
And that's basically it for my calls to action for this. What else is there to say besides wish list the game, play the demo,
probably near
and
the end
thank
of Day of
you
the Devs.
a lot. Like genuinely super.
Yeah, it was down
we're
for
not
like
here without you. Like
5
genuinely,
seconds, thankfully.
I don't have anything to say. I don't have any real words. All the planned stuff ended back when I stopped talking about the album. This, I can't really think of a good way to thank you because there is more love that has come into D-Cell than I have any idea what to do with. This game doesn't exist without the support we've gotten so far. So, oh my God, from the bottom of my heart and everyone at D-Cell Games. Thank you so much. We're going to continue trying to do the best we can do.
Wow, that was a nice show.
There is a Devolver event, but I don't
I'm
think I'm
not
going to cover
interested
that.
in that one. No, Devolver shows are basically just like the exaggerated takes on how most convention shows used to be. Before we basically went games, a little bit of talking, games. Oh, and 10 minutes just to hit because you met the beginning of the Summer Game Fest.
Yes, even though he gets his own showcase.
Yeah, that's gonna be about what does it for me then. So, I believe the next show is tomorrow.
Yes, I think it's at noon EST. I'm not sure what it is.
Future Game Show, I believe. I need to find a spreadsheet though.
I think Wholesome is the first one tomorrow, which is at noon EST, 9 a.m. PST.
Oh, Wholesome is the first one tomorrow then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, then with that being said, for the people who are watching on YouTube, if you liked anything from the video, hit the like and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow for all the things relating to Wholesome Direct, Women-Led Games, Future Game Show. I believe there was a fourth. I am so lost track of everything.
There's several tomorrow. I think, like, in total, there's, like, 7. But I'm not looking at this. So.
With that being said, though, guys, I'll see you around.
And for me, we are going to raid Sadashi.
Okay, I'm going ahead and ending the stream together session, so...
Okay.
Yeah. I've already... Yeah. Bye.
Sorry if I'm
Yeah,
slow.
I'll see you tomorrow then.
Yep. I will be here. Alright, chat. Back tomorrow at noon EST. And, yeah, we're gonna raid Sadashi here. So, have fun, take care, and see you later. Bye.